Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and we're doing a no-run-through review for the crew, the crew Mission Deep Sea, which is the second version of the crew. Basically a re-theme of the first one. So this one honestly probably won't be that long of a review. You can actually go check out our review of the first one. Search for Planet 9 or Quest for Planet 9 is what it was called. Which basically is this. First question that I'm gonna pose is if you own that one, should you own this one? Is there a reason?
Not.
Yeah.
No. I mean, this does have a different mission selection mechanic rather than just going through the pre-made ones in the book, so there's a bit more variety.
Yeah.
Scale's better for different numbers of people, but if you already have that, this isn't going to fundamentally change anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Kat, do you think you should own both?
No.
Or either.
No.
What I will say is, if you don't own either of them and you're interested, I would take this one.
I would pick this one over the other one as well. Well, actually, I think the first one eases you into the game a little bit better.
Okay.
I think this one kind of kicks you off because of the variation with the mission cards. Because the first one had, like, very basic, I have to win a trick with this. Right. And then there was the missions that changed as the game went on. Because there's 50 missions in the first one. There are 32 in this one. So significantly less. But I still think they went for quality over quantity with this one.
Okay.
I think the 32 missions in this are more solid, because the first one you kind of are going through the motions. It's very hard for you to lose like the first 10 of the first one.
Right.
So they essentially cut out that learning process and like, well, you already know the crew. Here you go.
I can see that.
But yeah, if you don't own either, I would definitely say go out and grab this one. It has more variety. It's harder. It's way harder than the first one, but it's
more
still
random. The mission selection is random, in which case you could get some really nasty ones.
That is true.
Early on.
Yeah, which we'll definitely talk about. But the other question is, if you don't like the first one for one reason or another, this isn't going to fix that.
No.
I don't think. If you don't like trick-taking, or you don't like how trick-taking is done in the crew, there's no reason to go out and grab this and hope it fixes it, because it doesn't. The fundamental flaws of the crew, which I'm sure we brought up in our initial review, are still kind of here. Is that I think the reason why that the crew is very difficult is because you are essentially, for some reason, a team that is just struck deaf, blind, and dumb.
Yeah.
We're in the submarine together, but it's like, I'm not talking to you. Okay, we are in a very tense situation where clear and precise communication is a matter of life or death.
Every time we talk, that sonar blip gets like, and we're just like, and it was, and you're just, just getting.
Okay, I just need you to hand me the. I'm opening the hatch. I'm killing us all. So yeah, it's obviously it's never been a thematic thing. It's a trick-taking game. Theme is right out the fucking window.
Yeah, I mean, they do play it up nicely in the books, but it is slapped on. It could be anything, as they have now proven twice.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. So the major difference between Mission Deep Sea and Search for Planet 9 or Quest for a Different Planet is the fact that you, like the mission deck, is scaled now for number of people, and the level of the mission you are on determines the missions that you get.
The combination of difficulties.
Yes, which I actually very much like.
Yeah.
I think that is a unique way of creating replayability. With just a simple deck of cards of 4 colors. Essentially your 4 suits.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really, and I do like that, because it's like, okay, well, we're on mission 1, so we just find one, and if it's depending on number of players, then here's the first one we found, so boom. I will win the 4 the 4 blue.
Mm-hmm.
But as the missions go higher and higher, like, oh, we're on mission, like, whatever the last one is. We're with 15, so, okay, well, here it is. We have a 1, a 2, so 3, so 5, 7, 9, 13, 14, and then
Another one.
And then another one
Somewhere.
gets us 15 somewhere in here. So that means you have to search through this deck until you find another one. There's one. And then whatever, these just get shuffled. But now these are all the missions that you have that you distribute out. And this is just for a 3-player game.
Yeah.
So then I will win with the 4 blue. I will win as many green and yellow cards in one trick. I will win no yellows. I will win at least 5 pink. I will win a trick of, and then it goes on and on. You just pass these around. While also incorporating the different mission criteria.
Right.
In that
Well,
case.
yeah, in the book, in the logbook, yeah.
Yeah.
They do have complications that they throw in to make it even more challenging than simply completing the missions dealt out.
Yep. And then that particular one that I happened to just randomly grab was you have 3 minutes to complete the tasks. If you play without a time limit, the Rapture of the Deep rule applies instead, which means you lose two ways to communicate. The game is obviously meant to be very difficult, and you have to. Your only sense of communication is through these tokens, and the sonar, I think is what this was called, or whatever it was called, which allow you to pass cards.
Distress signal or whatever.
Distress signal.
distress
That's it. Yep. So you just flip that. That allows you to pass cards to one another. I still feel that the game is too limiting. Because if you keep losing a mission over and over and over, it becomes, in my opinion, abundantly clear that it's like, well, we'll only ever win this particular set of mission cards if we randomly get the perfect set of hands between all players.
Right.
And I don't like that. I'd rather it be like a little bit more precise, as a trick-taking game should be, that it doesn't rely on luck of the draw. What do you guys think of the mission cards and how they scale?
I just feel like it went like from all right, we got this to nuts to butts, like real fucking quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think but for the varieties there at least, so you've got that going for you. It is very difficult. So yeah, if you're with a group, thinky group of people and you're gonna put in that brain work, literally none of you can be lagging behind.
Which is funny because this kind of game, I mean, don't get me wrong, this was actually your game. I think the crew was like
your game.
$15, $20.
Got it for 15.
Like, yeah, it's super
Brand new.
It's brand new. I didn't steal it.
No, I mean,
I definitely have
think
the
it-
receipt somewhere.
I think it got released like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so it's extremely cheap, and you definitely get your bang for your buck, because you're not gonna, if you went through all these missions like first time, it's just like, oh, okay, well, that was $15. But the fact is, like, yeah, you're gonna be stuck on some for a while.
Yeah.
And you mark those, and then you keep track of that. And then what's great about, funny enough, a lot of these kinds of games is once you're done with the logbook, you can hand it off to another group of players.
Right.
And like, let's see if you can beat the campaign quicker than we can.
Or the way that it is you can actually be playing several different campaigns. The logbook holds up to 6, so you can be participating in 3 or 4 of those, all using the same logbook. And
That's true. Yeah, and I was going somewhere with that.
Sorry.
Oh, no, because if you're playing with a lot of people, because of the lack of communication, I think this game is more infuriating than any other co-op. Obviously, because you can, like, for us to communicate in a regular co-op, Pandemic or whatever, and everyone's like, this is what we should do, and someone blatantly goes against that, then it's like, okay, well, you're just a dick. Like, we're just not playing cooperative games with you. In this, in my head, I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, this is exactly what we need to happen. Okay, why the fuck would they play that card? And you're just stewing in your own mess. Just...
Well, and it's so easy to think, like, why'd they do that? Because you know what you have, but, like, we're all just...
Yeah.
And they're thinking, oh, this is going to be perfect. If I play this green 3, then that makes sense to me. And I'm just like, don't play a green 3. For whatever you do not play a green 3. And you did! And I mean, I guess you could just chalk it up as like oh, okay, quick, we lost, whatever, shuffle again, keep going. Which you can do. We keep these mission cards out. I will win a trick using a 2. I will win a 5 with a 7.
Of any color.
I will win a 5. Oh, yes, okay. I had it upside down. I'm just like, how do you win a 7 with a 5?
Oh.
That's not even what I said. Yeah, so it's like if you have these two out, then it's like everyone has that awareness. Like everyone can see that. So whoever picks it, that's where the communication, the involuntary communication comes in. Of being like, I know Brett has to win using a 2. Okay, everyone else does. But once again, if you're playing this with people who aren't of the same mindset, I think you're gonna lose a lot. If people don't like the game or they can't strategize multiple steps ahead,
Yep.
you're gonna lose a lot.
Yep.
And it can be very frustrating. But all in all, I mean, all those are applied to this one as well as applied to the original Crew.
Yep.
I think if you really like the Crew, then by all means get this. Without a doubt, it's just more of something you already like.
Yeah.
In fact, it's enhanced because you have your variety, you have a different theme, and the journal log is fine. At least it's a separate book. I do appreciate that. It's not one big book that you have to flip over, which is stupid. But man, this is rough. Because, Brett, you like the Crew, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I do.
And you're gonna find out when it comes to my number. No,
Big
I do.
old fat
Okay.
1-0.
No, I do. I am a fan of trick-taking games. I've been playing Spades since I was in high school. I've been playing Hearts, and I haven't played
Oh,
Bridge or Pinochle.
you were around when that was invented, right?
Yeah. Oh, we played them on stone tablets.
Who do you think invented it?
Shuffling. Tried to bridge, like, fuck, my set broke. Alright, I'll be back in 6 weeks. I gotta go chisel out a new spade set.
So I get the strategy,
Yeah.
and I get that there are multiple ways to strategize, and I don't get frustrated when we screw up. It's like, oh, we did it good. Let's try it again. Or
Yeah.
Okay, we're tired of it. This for me is not going to be a heavy concentrated game. It'll be a filler. We can play 3 or 4 hands, or wait for something else to happen.
Yeah.
Or if we want to, we can sit down. We can really go through 10, 12, 15 best we can. We can play it for a couple of hours. I would be fine with that. But I get that that's a particular mindset.
Right. This falls into the same vein of games. And, I mean, the gameplay isn't, but, like, Codenames is... Because I sit here and I have my wiggity-whack way of thinking. And I'm like, it's so obvious. And then I explain... Because, like, whenever we were playing one of the missions earlier, I played a card. And it's just like, well, why... You were like... Can you explain why you did that? Because who gives a fuck, like, about communication? It's like, who cares? It's not a video game where the game itself forces you to play a certain way. You can obviously cheat or lie or explain and be like, well, why'd you say the 6 was the highest card when you were trying to win these?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, here's my thinking, which obviously you're not supposed to. The
Right.
entire game is supposed to be, here's my hint.
Exactly.
Hopefully you guys know why I did that.
Right. Right. And that's the fundamental... That's the fundamental game.
Yeah.
And the fundamental frustration of the whole thing is I have very, very limited ability to tell you anything what's going on. And other than that, it is luck and hope that we're kind of on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
And we're not.
As I've learned from Codenames and Mysterium and all those types of games where it's like, wow, no one understands me at all. So I have to just... It's like... Because... Obviously, you're very limited on the hints. So me playing, by the way, this is my highest blue as a 6. It's like, well, why would you tell us that? What does that do for us?
I can't think of a reason why that would be important.
Yeah.
And you explained it, and it was... If I had your cards, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, because I think I had a 9, an 8, and an 8, and it's like, well, I have to win 4 tricks, exactly 4 tricks. I can win with a 9, 8, and 8, because I know the rest of the cards in my hand, so I can also win with that 6, knowing the rest of my cards in hand, and it's like, well, who cares if that's your highest card? So it's just, that's the kind of, and it's fun whenever you get on those wavelengths. Like, the best game of Codenames Duet I've had is with one other person that I've ever played that game with. It was just like, thank you. Someone else thinks like me. What does that say about me? But, yeah.
It says you found someone.
I
A
did.
true
I did,
friend.
and then he moved.
It wasn't me.
No, we failed immediately. And even one of my other friends, my best man for the wedding coming up, he I was like, oh, sure, yes, surely him and I. And he was we were pretty good, but
It wasn't you, was it?
it was not Cass. She didn't
You're not
get,
gonna be best man?
she didn't get Speakeasy 5. It was amazing. It made total sense. And then my friend Keith, he was on the clue giving team. It was him and his wife. And then he's like, oh, I get it, because he could see the cards that I was trying to give clues for, and he's like, oh, I see where you're coming from. And it's like, yeah, but dude, if you were on the other side, you wouldn't.
No.
Yeah.
Cake totally made sense. No, you
No,
guessed
I
cake.
said cake because I was
suck.
thinking ska, and I was thinking trumpets are in ska, and
No, it was
trumpets are in speakeasies probably.
because it was Turtle. Because the Turtle Club from Master in Disguise, which was kind of like a speakeasy jazz club.
And you had, but it was skates that we were arguing about.
And I'm like the Sonic girls that roll around on skates.
Who were in
the speakeasy clubs in some obscure way. Just guess. Why would you guess cake?
When was it invented?
When not in the 1920s, I can tell you that.
Not during Prohibition.
But anyway, so there's multiple ways of giving clues in those games. There is not in this game.
Right.
I mean, yes, you get this is my highest only or low. I don't like the distress signal. I don't see how this is valuable. Because yes, you should see. Okay, everyone, the missions have been distributed. Okay, he needs to win a 5. All right, I guess I'll give him a high card and hope that he wins a 5 with that. But because you can't communicate even in the slightest. Because if you could do the whatever crew signal cards before you did the distress signal, then I can see the value in this. Because then I have some information to pass along.
Right.
Oh, that's your only blue? Ugh. I have a higher blue, so I need to be able to let you win that. But the fact that you can't makes this useless to me. Alright.
Gotcha.
Go watch our review for the initial crew to get anything else on this game. I think we've talked enough about it.
I mainly talked about codenames, but
So on a scale of 1 to 10, we'll start with Brett and we'll go lower.
yeah, we fucking will.
I'm gonna go 9.
9.
Tight.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
Why a 9? Because I don't hate this game by any means.
Yeah.
I just don't. Because you like games where you have perfect information the entire time.
Yeah.
All of the games that you like are about that. You don't like having to worry about
Very
what other
little
people can
randomness,
do.
very little hidden.
Yeah.
Yep.
But this doesn't have any of that.
That's right.
Okay. That's right. I'm a wild card, baby.
We all have our guilty pleasures.
It just hits me in the right spot. Again, I'm a big fan of trick-taking games.
Okay.
This has that same kind of strategy, but it's applied in a cooperative way, which I've never seen before.
True.
Except for the other crew.
I've never seen that.
And I really like the way that they have tweaked it without fundamentally changing what was good about the other one that
True.
you think is fundamentally flawed. And I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to say it hits me right where it belongs.
I think for me, this game is because I have fun. It's just there are certain missions that you come across where now I'm starting to get frustrated because I can't give enough hints that will help us keep winning. And now I'm like, maybe I'm dumb. Maybe is it me? Is it my clues?
Yeah.
This all makes sense to me. No one else is giving clues! So I guess I'll just here's my hand.
Scared because you start with the clue and then we're like, well, we don't want to burn all of our fucking clues.
It's perfect information. It's like, boom,
So-
let's start off strong. And then the entire game, no one does anything. And I'm like...
So a fundamental difference is I don't mind losing even highly strategic or even highly luck-based cooperative games because it's together. I'm not in it to win it. I'm in it to do our best. And if we screw up, we screw up. But we do it together, and that actually means something to me.
Okay.
That's a valuable thing.
Okay.
That
You
bumps
do
it
get
higher.
to really learn everybody's attitudes when you play these games. Just kidding. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a
Don't let me intimidate you.
4 because I don't like it. But I just don't like it. That's it. I don't want to slander it by any means. It's creative.
I personally could not sit down and do like a day of the crew because I win or lose together. I don't like losing, and I don't like losing a lot. And that I know that will happen with the crew, so I know I would sour over time. But until that point, like until the point where it's like, okay, let's try again. All right, now I'm starting to get upset. Especially with the people around me, because I'm either giving bad clues or they're just not doing it right.
It's not the latter.
I'm wavering in between a 6 and 7. It's still higher than average. It's a solid trick-taking game. It's one that if people ask me to play, I definitely would jump into.
For a few minutes.
For at least, like, the level 1. Because I know we'll win. No,
I get you.
But there's also, like, and not just because let's just say we did win every single one, it's still the same game every single time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, I would very much get bored of it. Like, because it's like, oh, let's shuffle the cards and do the same thing with a slight little tweak. Yeah. Oh, this time we can't use our thing. It's like, all right, well, but playing a couple missions every, like, I mean, I could do like once a week, every other day, just to get a breather. I'll give it a 6.5. Like, probably a 7, depending on the group of like-minded people. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, that's probably where I'll put the other crew as well. Once again, they're in the same vein. This one does have the mission cards, which are better, in my opinion. But they're the same game. All right, so that's our thoughts on the crew, Mission Deep Sea. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.